Tech Talk Alert. After our latest digital life hack, you're going to hear one of my weekend show's best calls. You don't want to miss it. I cannot stress this enough. You must be careful when buying anything on Facebook. It just might kill you. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, featuring NVIDIA GPUs. Accelerate your AI workload. Take a free test drive at oracle.com/Kim. Recently, a California woman purchased a hemorrhoid ointment on Facebook and died after it poisoned her. Tests found that the stuff, mailed from Vietnam, contained a lethal 4% lead. Don't buy any health, as well as any makeup or skincare products too, without knowing where a product is coming from or how it's being stored. It's just too risky. Another thing not to buy, secondhand goods. Infant seats, cribs, toys, and helmets. There are still listings of baby seats on Facebook Marketplace that were recalled for causing head injuries. Always make sure what you're buying is legit. Head to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission website. That's cpsc.gov. Use their search tool before you buy anything used or new online. Get tech smart the easy way at getkim.com. Now, check out this amazing call from the show. It's a real gem. Jack in Green Bay.
Well, great show. I've been listening to it for a long time, and I've got a question. I have an office in a building. My father has owned the building for many years, and I kind of manage it for him. And it's about 13,000 square feet, and it's a long building, about 350 feet long from front to back. And it's got a number of entrances and exits and hallways and whatnot. We've had some issues with some tenants leaving and not locking doors right and stuff, and let that whole kind of thing going on. So I'd like to try and cover the place with security cameras that either for after hours or just kind of for all the time, to kind of just record what's going on and know who's coming and going and that sort of thing. And because of the size, I'm not sure how to get the wireless signal, because my office is at the front of the building, and I don't know if it's better to run repeaters or amplifiers, or what's the best way to get that signal from my router at the front of the building to cover the rest of the building for those wireless cameras.
Wow. So it's 13,000 square feet. What did you say? It was 325 feet long?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay. And how many tenants do you have in there?
Right now we've got about 8 businesses.
Okay, so 8 businesses. All right. And is the building, is it 2-story?
It's kind of a split level. So one area has 3 levels, and then the rest has 2 levels.
Okay.
And it's mostly cinder block. So that's.
I was just going to ask that.
Three. Yeah, 3. It's kind of like a low, medium, and high section, and each section was made out of cinder block, and they're divided from each other with a good thick cinder block wall. So that's kind of another difficulty.
There's no quick fix here. I wish I could say, buy this kit from Ubiquiti and it's going to solve all your troubles and you'll maybe even win the lottery. Okay. But that doesn't really exist, especially because we're talking about the length. And I mean, you can try to repeat, or you said amplify and boost, and those are all really the same thing. But because of the length of where the signals need to go, and then you also threw me a curve because you want video, is that we're really talking about somebody that you're going to need to hardwire these access points throughout the building. But the company that I mentioned, Ubiquiti, they offer they have like these kits for these projects, and so you could have these like these managed access points along the way. So you could have the security cameras, and then 24/7, it could be saved on a DVR. It could be saved up in the cloud. You can get alerts, and if sound is detected. But it's also nice just to be able to pop in every once in a while, and you can take a look, and you can see what's going on, right?
Right.
And so you mentioned even the doors not being locked. You might want to put have you ever thought about putting smart locks on the doors?
I really hadn't. I know years ago, Dad had one of the big name security companies come in and put on different things on the doors, and and it was just like too much for most of the tenants to figure out. And then we kept having like false, people would come in and they wouldn't push the code right or whatever, and then the alarm would go off and the cops would come, and after so many times, then they start charging you for that and stuff. So we just got rid of that system, and we've been like security system free for 20 years or something.
Well, they've made great advances in smart locks. Whereby you can lock it if they don't lock it, and you could have a default code. So if they, that's I think what we're looking at here, Jack, is let me put together kind of some products for you to look at. Okay.
Awesome.
Some of these kits from Ubiquiti, and maybe some. I'm gonna throw you some smart locks because I really think that that's something that once you can see the capabilities, then you'll know. Let me tell you, this technology has grown by leaps and bounds, or even over the last 5 years. Because if you're gonna take the time to make sure that there's decent access all along the way, then there could also, so you have a smart lock, you have the cameras. There may even be a way, if you wanted to, is that you start charging them for internet access too. I mean, if you had a big enough pipeline coming in, if you got everybody down the line, instead of them paying, there may be a way that you could provide that as a service as a landlord as well. So let me put all those together for you. We're going to put it inside the Komando community. And the Komando community, of course, is at komando.com/community in the Q&A forum. And then, of course, we're helping you out back and forth there anytime that you want. And Jack, thank you so much for your call and your kind words there in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks a ton for listening. Now, if you have questions, comments, or just a digital dilemma, find your way to komando.com and hit that email Kim link. I treat each email like it's a VIP guest at a tech expo. Now, you can turn tech chaos into clarity. How? Well, get my free daily newsletter over at getkim.com.